Destiny Rising again. I didn't play for a while. Oh. Okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be back. Yeah, so let's continue. We going home. Okay, this is one app. Just on a second. That's right. I do this. I'm gonna drink with my dad while he's good. Oké? Mag ik van uw glas water, papa? U hebt nog een half uurtje. U zou ook een klok kijken. Minder dan een half uurtje, meneer. Nee. Het is 17:34. U hebt meer dan een half uur. Of ik roep mam en dan krijgt u morgen geen eten. En mama en ik een leuke moederdag hoor. Ik vind het leuk om met mama lekker te eten. I didn't use VPN. No, you don't need to use VPN anymore. Only to update the app.
Oké, zo. Hij staat tot 7, maar dat is ook omdat die probleem scheef staat.
You don't need these. You only need this. Oh, meneer. It takes time to download this. Let it load. I don't like this. Oh, oh, it's loaded. I don't know what's new. I haven't played since Ages. Got a new campaign, I've heard.
Now that I think about it, why am I the only one with an animal name?
Thank you, game. I don't need to do this. To do the new story, we need to finish this, huh? Hey, it's saying something. I can continue with the stories. No way. This things. Why? I'm busy with you. I'm at the 5. Am I really at the 5 still? We got new stories, but to do new stories you need to... Oh yeah, we need to finish this story to unlock a new story. Of course. Let's do the rest of the complete campaign minus. Okay, let me check. Man rescue. Wait. Well, wait. What am I seeing? I see something else. Man rescue. I will be playing only as wolves. This. Oh. We got 100 team XP. I wish I could do this with more people, but I think you lost.
800 pounds and highly militarized. They blow up planets and moons just for getting in their way. This is what we are up against, the Cabal.
This is
Lord Saladin, we've located the captives.
Copy that. Wait for my signal.
What signal?
Eyes up.
Cabal.
The Saladin kind of signal.
Let's go. We're gonna kill the Cabal.
Our goal is to evacuate the miners. We leave no one behind.
What's this?
Looks like the Cabal have decided to welcome us.
A Goliath tank. Watch out for its cannon. I'll draw it away.
See you on the inside.
I remember the name again, but we are fighting Cabal today. And yeah, we need to do mine rescue. We got the new location, and the new story is out, because we can continue playing the campaign. But I need to do this campaign, and after this, we need to do another. Or they change it that you don't need to do something. If so, then I will be happy, because I'm not enjoying the death much, because I'm enjoying this game more. I have played this before. I'm playing Destiny Rising since I was
They move pretty fast for space rhinos.
Destiny 1.
So this is what the Red Sea Rift has been facing.
Okay? But that's never be Destiny. Destiny. I'm a Destiny player. I've played Destiny since I was a time ago. I often never play the beta because at least I could play the old version.
Detecting human life signs ahead, Wolf.
Are all the miners here?
I think there are still 2 teams deeper in. Oh, Nala, I found out that the torque axle load of our excavator is at least 2 standard units worse than the Cabal specifications. That means that...
My lord, I found Shira and the first group of miners.
Leave them to fall back. I'll handle the rest.
Roger that. Wolf, rendezvous with Lord Saladin. He'll need your help.
All right. Not sure if he really needs it, though.
Cabal Brain. I'm enjoying Destiny Rising a lot. It's better than Destiny 2. It is true, it is really better. open again. Another thing that I just make it, but I made it for first person. And yeah, first person you can use that.
So this is Radiant Sight. And the miners are willing to risk their lives to get their hands on it?
Wow. Fascinating. My scans are showing this ore contains crystalline nanostructures capable of channeling the light. No wonder it can power the Sentinel's hand.
Looks like Saladin made a hard landing here.
Hard? Looks like he used a whole Cabal squad as a cushion. Lord Saladin, we are here to help.
You're wasting time.
I'll take that as a thanks.
Gang. No. See. Gang, just see.
Those monsters, they're gone.
What's the situation?
Right now, some of us are still further in, but we can't get a hold of them.
Understood. Retreat for now.
Yes, my lord.
Decent work out there. What should I call you?
Wolf.
Okay, Wolf. We've got another tough fight ahead of us.
My lord, a harvester is blocking the way. We need backup.
Hold the line. I'll be there soon. Can you handle this yourself?
Leave it to me.
Try not to die. Or if you do, die gloriously!
I almost feel bad for the Harvester.
We need to head for the door at the other end of this gap.
In case you haven't noticed, I can't fly like you.
Good point. How about we use the lifts on the sides? There. Hacked it.
Not you again.
Hurry! We need to get out of here before it blows everything to bits.
Jumping. Why is it always jumping?
I don't like parkour, please. But on Destiny, it's not that I don't like parkour sometimes.
It's the miners. And a whole cart of that Radiant site.
A light bearer! You must be Viridia's reinforcements! In that case, let's seize this opportunity to transport the ore out of here. Hurry, light bearer! Head to the control room and open the mine shaft's door.
They're so enthusiastic.
Makes sense. This stuff is Viridia's lifeblood, after all. All right, take this card of Radiant Sight and...
The Goliath takes back.
We need to find a way to finish it off!
Your opponent is me, fiend!
Goodbye, Dad.
Well done, brat.
So, what's this? Ja, het is al 1 minuut voor 6, hè?
Take Wolf back to Viridia. I'll handle the escaped Cabal.
Wolf, with me.
That reminds me. Finala, is it true Viridia's a democracy?
It is. Strictly speaking, Lord Saladin serves as the town's military advisor. The town's elected leader is the union president, Harrow. But she rarely makes appearances these days.
I need to level up more. What to eat, guys? This, you will take a break. You will watch my. Wait. I will take a break. I'll be back after dinner. You will be watching Love Star Wars because it is the. Yeah, watch this thing. You need kids with friends. Good luck. Thanks for watching this.
Video games aren't supposed to predict the future, but somehow it keeps happening. Scientific discoveries, real-world attacks, and even predicting the Super Bowl. Because in 2015, the Madden games simulate the Super Bowl using their in-depth stats on each player. The Patriots versus Seahawks were facing off, and they predicted the Pats scoring first, a touchdown pass at the final minute between Tom Brady and Julian Edelman with the score 28-24. And so when people tuned into the big game, every single thing they predicted, including Tom Brady being the MVP, came true. What about when a game predicts 9/11? Because when Deus Ex released in the year 2000, people noticed the skyline of New York City was different. The developers seemingly forgot to include the most recognizable buildings in the whole country. Some players believe it was deleted because of memory or graphics limitations, but if you look at the in-game reason for the towers being missing, it's because they had just been destroyed in an attack. A year before it happened, Deus Ex predicted one of the most devastating days in American history. And there are games from years ago that are still predicting events to this day. Homefront was a controversial story when it came out, asking the question, what if North Korea invaded America? But this is where it turns from fiction to eerie coincidences. The story starts off with the death of Kim Jong-il and the switch in power to Kim Jong-un, something that happened around the same time the game released. While many argue it was an easy prediction to make, Homefront's prophecies wouldn't become scary until 10 years later. At that time in the game, Iran is at war with countries like Saudi Arabia, something we're a little too familiar with right now. And the story, set in 2022, goes on to mention an Asian bird flu that ravages the world, meaning they were only 2 years away from predicting the pandemic that destroyed lives. Sometimes you just have to believe conspiracy theories. That's what Ubisoft did when they were creating Assassin's Creed Origins. The whole franchise prides itself on historical accuracy, like their one-to-one recreation of Notre Dame that ended up being so accurate they used it to rebuild it after the fire. So when they had to design the Great Pyramids, Ubisoft wanted to keep that accuracy. Except there's only one problem. The pyramids still aren't fully explored. And for decades, there's been a conspiracy theory that there are hidden rooms inside that no one's found yet. So Ubisoft needed to fill in the blank somewhere, so they went along with this theory, becoming the first time it had been designed and modeled out. And literally 1 week after the game released, archaeologists found the room, and it's in the exact same spot and size as it appears in Assassin's Creed. Another franchise that gets things scarily accurate is Battlefield. Although with their stories focusing on war, they usually predict some of the most devastating elements of the future. Like in Battlefield 3, there's an entire mission that depicts a nuclear attack in the streets of Paris, and it takes place on November 13th, 2014. And so 1 year later, on November 13th, 2015, there was a real series of attacks, and it was the deadliest in French history. Now, there are plenty of sci-fi games that you could argue are unrealistic at best. But when games like Elite Dangerous properly lean into the science part of sci-fi, they can make magical discoveries. You see, this map actually generates galaxies based on real data, including ones humans have yet to explore. And while 40 light years from Earth, Elite Dangerous generated this small star orbited by 7 rocky planets. And just 3 years later, NASA found an almost identical star called TRAPPIST-1 with 7 rocky planets around it. In 2001, players heard Metal Gear Solid 2 say this about the future of the world.
Never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander. Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans. Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
Here we are 20 years later, and this isn't a conspiracy theory, they're describing the internet. And Hideo Kojima himself admitted it predicted a future he hoped wouldn't happen. Somehow he actually did it again when Death Stranding came out. The whole premise of this game is that you play as a porter who delivers precious items because the outside world has become too dangerous. That's thanks to an epidemic of strange creatures. It's basically a metaphor for a pandemic, and people relying on delivery workers to keep the world functioning. Not even 2 months after Death Stranding released, Kojima's prophecy came true again with the global lockdowns. One of the most random guesses of all time is when Deus Ex straight up predicted the next Prime Minister of Canada. The game is set in 2027, and when looking through emails, you can find one addressed to Trudeau's executive assistant, revealing he is the PM. This game came out in 2011, 4 whole years before Justin Trudeau was elected, which makes it an even more impressive guess. And the Call of Duty franchise has had a ton of different fictional wars, but almost no one remembers that Call of Duty Ghosts had you fighting in places like Venezuela. This story takes place in 2027, where the US is losing its grip on the world, and oil-rich countries like Venezuela have become powerful instead. This, of course, leads you to do the classic CIA move of invading Caracas to assassinate the leadership. They were only 1 year off their prediction, but in 2026, America entered Caracas and kidnapped the president of Venezuela. And it's easy to write these games off as propaganda, but sometimes they predict the future extremely well. Like in Battlefield 4, where one of the most popular multiplayer maps in the whole game, Rogue Transmission, accidentally predicted a once-in-a-lifetime accident. You see, the maps are all designed to have some kind of huge event on them, like a skyscraper falling down or a dam breaking loose. And in Rogue Transmission, this event is a giant cable-mounted telescope inspired by a very similar one in Puerto Rico. And you could detonate the cables to send it crashing down. Now, in 2020, the very same year that Battlefield 4 takes place, the Puerto Rican telescope actually suffered from earthquakes. This led to the cable snapping and the whole thing to come tumbling down. One thing's for sure, when you're making a game based on a Tom Clancy book, it's gonna get political. And that's why the very first Ghost Recon ends up predicting an entire war a decade before it happened. The story is set in 2008, remember that, and you're in the middle of a battle between Russia and Georgia. Russia's sending money and weapons to groups that want to break free from Georgia, while America ends up intervening, which is kind of your role in the game. Well, who would have thought that in real life 2008, this would happen? Russia actually backed Georgian separatists before launching its own invasion, starting a 5-day war that only ended because of European intervention. So Ghost Recon predicted a war, the year it happened, and they even got the details right, which makes this game shockingly realistic next time you play it. So I talked about Metal Gear predicting the downfall of the internet, but they also somehow managed to figure out what the next fuel source was gonna be. Because in the early 90s, when Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake came out, oil was very sought after, and the developers decided to set their story 10 years into the future around a major oil crisis. In the game, their solution to fixing the economy and stopping all this reliance on oil was using algae as fuel source instead. Again, at the time, this was just science fiction, but clearly they were onto something, as in real life, it wasn't until 2012 that real gas stations began to turn algae into fuel. Since then, plenty of alternative biofuels have started to take over the world. And not only is it better for the environment, it's literally a prediction 20 years in the making. Even Pokemon has predicted the future, because in Gold and Silver, they added a lava slug called Slugma. Ignoring that hilarious name, Pokemon are meant to be mystical creatures only slightly inspired by real life. Until 2013, when scientists actually found a hot pink slug that could be found on a single extinct Australian volcano. One of the most cartoonish villains in the Metal Gear franchise is Senator Armstrong. In Revengeance, a game from 2013, he rises to power by using wars to boost the economy, and then tries to become president of the United States. That's before they realize his true goal is to rid America of the weak through natural selection, and in his words, this will...
They'll make America great again!
Now, I'll say this was first said back in the 80s by President Reagan, so it's likely inspired by that, but still, it is very weird for today. Hope you all enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on T5G.
In High on Life, you come across this little kid.
Whoa, what are you doing? Come on, he's just a kid. Don't shoot him.
Oh, you don't want to shoot me just because your gun said not to, just because you're your little gun.
Now, video games usually have rules to stop you from taking this little punk out. However, High on Life doesn't just allow you to cross the line. They use it to brutally roast Fallout fans.
I look so shootable.
I am not shooting a kid.
Ah, you shot me up there.
All right, there. Are you happy now? Well, I didn't think we'd be allowed to kill him.
So today, I found the most disrespectful shots games took at each other, and Borderlands 2 does not hold back. See, there's this side quest where all you gotta do is deliver pizza, except as you make your way further and further into the sewers, you'll realize Borderlands is making fun of another franchise.
Is that marshmallows and staggering I smell? Yummy! Come on in, dude! What the hell? Dude, get him, dude!
Now 4 mutated creatures will rush out of the sewers just to fight you. Mick, Dan, Ralph, and Lee. But if you still haven't gotten the hint from their initials, there is one more enemy to fight. Yeah, that's Master Splinter, and the whole thing is a hilarious troll to the Ninja Turtles. However, the pettiness goes even further in House Flipper 2. While you're renovating these abandoned buildings, you can find a book named Wild Ride. It's part of the Bewitcher trilogy, and just from looking at this thing, any fan of The Witcher knows exactly what they're making fun of. When you read the blurb, it says it's the story of a passionate romance between Geralt of Tibia and Yennefer. Well, if you know anything about what that unicorn represents, a passionate romance is definitely one way to put it. However, that's a love letter compared to how Kingdom Come roasts the same game. See, they were a little more honest about how crazy it is to get intimate on a stuffed unicorn. And that's why you can head to this stable and find a horse named Roach for sale. Already a pretty cool reference to Geralt's actual horse, but then the seller mentions this.
Oh, she's a pretty good horse. Oh, she's got a mind of her own. I bought her from some old Polish fellow. He said, now he's settled down with a wife, he's afraid she'd want him to stuff her. Them Poles are a perverse lot.
Over in Ghost Runner, you can find a tiny Easter egg that roasts 2 other games with 1 character. Now, you'd seriously have to go out of your way to find this one, but once you do, you'll discover the corpse of Jacket from Hotline Miami. And the best part is that this is actually a reference to Payday's collab as well. But Rage takes it a step further by taking shots at an even more popular franchise. Now, there's a secret you can only find if you climb an extremely tall tower and then look down. If you jump onto the mattress to get a closer view, you'll quickly realize that this guy didn't make it. An obvious jab at Assassin's Creed and their super unrealistic hay bale jumps. But what happens when 2 different games get pitted against each other? See, Dredge and Dave the Diver both came out in 2023 and absolutely took over the internet. And of course, with them both being indie games about fishing, people were constantly comparing the two. Well, it looks like Dredge took notice of this and decided to get involved in the beef. That's why you can sail out to Starlight Pontoon, only to find the long-lost wreck of Dave the Diver's boat. Usually small mobile clones try to stay under the radar, but this developer chose violence instead. Look at what happens when you walk up to this seemingly innocent wall inside a block strike. Don't worry though, Cyberpunk doesn't just take it, they also dish out roasts of their own. For example, back in GTA San Andreas, there's a mission where CJ and Big Smoke are chasing after a train. And if you totally sucked at this, you'd be told,
all we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
And now that you know that, you could go back to Cyberpunk's train tracks, only to find two dead dudes named JC and Little Smoke. And the cherry on top is their last words. All you had to do was follow the damn train, JC. Honestly, one of my favorite roasts from the whole video. However, I saved some of the most brutal for later, but for now, let's move over to a super underrated game, Dead Rising. They nailed the zombie genre so much that they just had to throw shots at the giants who came before them. That's why one of the stores in the mall is Jill's Sandwiches, a roast of Resident Evil's corniest line.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
What? Okay, so you might be thinking, these are towing the line between jabbing and paying tribute. But trust me, what Dying Light did might be one of the most direct roasts I've seen in all of gaming. See, back in 2015, Destiny did an ad campaign with Red Bull. If you bought the energy drinks, you could get codes that unlocked an exclusive mission that then gives you the fastest vehicle in the game. Well, turns out Dying Light saw this and thought it was terrible that a company was forcing its players to buy energy drinks. So they did a campaign of their own, #DrinkForDLC. By simply just drinking water and sending a photo of you doing it, they would add a whole new DLC to Dying Light as a reward. And when we finally got to play this free update, all the quests revolved around water being restored to the town. Except, if Bungie needed any more shots thrown at them, the quest ends like this.
It's better to drink water than energy drinks.
But what about a game that roasts its own developers? Now, if I say the name Naughty Dog in 2026, you'd immediately think Uncharted or The Last of Us. Well, before all of this, they got famous for making the cult classic Crash Bandicoot. And that's why in Uncharted 4, there's an entire level where you sit in the living room and constantly make fun of their old game.
Foxes can't do this.
It's a bandicoot.
That doesn't look anything like a bandicoot.
Have you ever seen a bandicoot?
No, but I'm sure they don't wear sneakers.
Stalker is a game that asks the question, what if the Chernobyl disaster was somehow worse? Well, in that case, not even a radiation expert such as Gordon Freeman would be able to survive. Yeah, the man who can traverse the world of Half-Life is now an actual corpse on the Stalker map. And the craziest part happens when you search his body. You get to find out that his bosses sent him here after the events at Black Mesa, and he struggled so badly, he had to give up his iconic crowbar just for a can of meat. But here's my favorite part about all of this. In Stalker 2, the sequel that dropped 17 years later, players found Gordon yet again. Except this time his skeleton didn't just have that classic pair of glasses, but also the long-lost crowbar. Nice. And Lara Croft has to be one of the most bullied characters in all of gaming. But one of my all-time favorite examples of this is the time Duke Nukem threw subtle digs at her. In Time to Kill, there's just a random closet you can open that belongs to the one and only Lara.
You skanky outfit.
Bruh. But in 2018, when Fortnite took over the planet, it was bound to get some copycats. You could literally scroll through the App Store back then and see pages upon pages of Fortnite clones. But by far one of the most popular was a little game called Creative Destruction. Now it totally piggybacked off Fortnite and ripped them off, and it was honestly just a terrible clone. But on the bright side, Creative Destruction did have some original items just to avoid a lawsuit. One was a weapon called the Destructor. Well, fast forward a few years, and Fortnite added a brand new weapon to their game called the Recycler. Not only was it giving Creative Destruction a taste of their own medicine, but the name was also a blatant roast. Not to mention the weapon straight up sucked. This thing was so bad that literally no one picked it up, which honestly just makes the joke 10 times funnier. But one of the best roasts in this whole video is hiding in Borderlands 3. Because there's this secret enemy that went over a majority of players' heads. Now, it's not a boss battle or anything cool. There's just a low-level grunt named Road Dog. This guy wears a mask, has a gigantic belly, and literally throws chains at you. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible not to know who they're making fun of here. When Ghost Recon Wildlands brought a gaming legend out of retirement, they just had to throw shots at another game too. See, in the story, Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell shows up and mentions a different legend who sadly never got brought back.
You have heard they don't make them like me anymore. There was this other guy, though. Army infiltration. He wore a bandana or something.
I heard he finally retired.
Really?
Yep.
It's only me.
Even Sam can't believe what Konami did to Metal Gear, and of course their stealth icon, Solid Snake. But in the long-forgotten Simpsons game from 2007, they included an entire level that takes place in World War II. And the whole thing seems to be a parody of just any random war movie or game. Well, that's until they created an entire trailer, put it on YouTube, and revealed it was all one big roast of the Medal of Honor series. Oh, and by the way, you know how Cyberpunk is set in, well, 2077? That's 73 years between the events of the game and the release of Half-Life 2. And you're probably wondering why I'm telling you this. Well, because in one of Cyberpunk's quests, there's a small shard you can pick up, and it's an old review of a game. After 50 long years, the wait is finally over. The third and final installment of the No Life series will be available for purchase tomorrow. With Alice at Baron's side and trusty crowbar in hand, those nasty aliens are in for a rude awakening. Yeah, looks like even in Cyberpunk's universe, Half-Life 3 didn't come out until 2054. Honestly, sounds about right. And over in Henry Stickmin's Escape to Prison, there's a single choice that reveals a hilarious roast. Now, there is one specific moment when you're running down a hallway where you can either go left or down. Except, if you pick this one, this is actually a roast of Smash Bros' most controversial update. Back in the day, Brawl added a mechanic that just tripped over your characters for no reason. And this was such a terrible decision that upset players that even other games made fun of it. Although, what about a roast that backfired? Well, in Earthworm Jim, they added a funny Donkey Kong head with an arrow straight through it. You know, just a simple reference. However, Nintendo took this as a declaration of war. They clapped back even harder in the next Donkey Kong game. During the award ceremony, it's themed around Cranky's video game heroes. Now, it's almost always Link, Yoshi, or Mario up here. You know, classic Nintendo characters. But over in the dumpster under the No Hoper sign, you can find Sonic's shoes and also Earthworm Jim's plasma gun. Yeah, I don't think Revenge gets any sweeter than that. And those were games that roasted other developers. It's been Sammy. Keep it here on T5G. Do you remember where you were on April 4th, 2013? It was the day gaming Easter eggs changed forever. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Battlefield added the Megalodon, something so iconic it got me thinking, what is the greatest video game Easter egg from every year? Expedition 33 has been taking the world by storm, and while it has a pretty serious tone, there's an Easter egg that's the opposite. After completing Gestral Ascension, you can head to the beach where you'll find a bunch of platforms going up to the sky. Now, you probably already guessed it, but the whole thing is a reference to Only Up, and it is pretty difficult to climb just like the actual game. But make your way to the very top, and you'll be rewarded with an extremely rare outfit. And over in Battlefield 2042, fans spotted a sign that warned them of sharks in the water. Now, nothing could be spotted, making us realize this might be the first step of a classic Easter egg. Searching around, they discovered multiple laptops you could actually pick up that would teleport to the shark sign. And in true Battlefield tradition, it wasn't done there. Now you had to activate these in a secret order, then finally make 3 sacrifices to the ocean. All of this effort would unleash the one, the only, Sharknado.
What the hell is even that?
While exploring Kobo and Jedi Survivor, you could find a cave that seems normal until you take a closer look and realize that's an invisible hole in the wall. It is just one of the game's many shortcuts, but usually these get you to an area quicker, whereas this one completely trolls the player. It forces you to cram yourself down a corridor for 5 straight minutes. And your reward for doing this? The world's strangest art class.
Interesting.
But what the hell, bro?
Horizon Forbidden West has a mysterious axe stuck in a tree, and if you scan it, you could follow this invisible path towards a secret totem. Here you'll find the man himself, Kratos, hiding in the snow. But it goes way further than this. There are 2 other totems belonging to Atreus alongside Brock and Sindri. Once you've collected them all, you'll unlock an exclusive item, the God of War face paint.
Nice.
Another secret is the touching tribute around the Isle of Sea of Thieves. There are over 22 journals scattered in the world, and they belong to a pirate known as Glitterbeard. Reading through them, you'll learn about how he appreciates nature, kindness, and life at the sea. Only the most dedicated players were able to track them all down, and with only 1 remaining, they were told to head to Plunder Valley. Here, there was now a tree covered in bottles, and it was impossible to activate on your own. In order to proceed, 7 other players had to join in and celebrate the life of Glitterbeard. Now, they all had to play instruments in the right locations, triggering the most beautiful Easter egg of 2021. Entering the cave, they finally got their hands on the last journal, learning that Glitterbeard was the nickname of a real person, James White. He was a developer that worked at Rare, who sadly passed away in 2020. Thanks to this Easter egg, his co-workers made sure he would live on forever. And speaking of 2020, this was the year Modern Warfare got a reboot. And while many things were different, one tradition remained the same: teddy bears. Whenever people see these in Call of Duty, they immediately shoot them. And on the Isle 9 map, this would lead to a hilarious Easter egg. Yeah, this was an amazing roast to all those people who stashed toilet paper during lockdown. And it wasn't the only FPS to surprise players. Apex Legends fans noticed there were a ton of adorable toys on the map resembling the Loch Ness Monster. And even better, you could shoot these little guys, causing the kill feed to say a Nessie appears. Wipe out every single toy on the map, and it'll turn from a plushie to the real thing.
A Nessie surfaces. There he is! Look at him! Yeah, we did it, dude.
Kinda reminds me of the greatest video game weapon of 2018. Battlefield 5 had these strange boxes on the map that pointed you in a certain direction. Now, of course, following these would lead you to a secret dig site. And as we all know, X marks the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Pow! 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 Pow!
2017 is the year gaming changed forever with Breath of the Wild, and hiding inside this world, you could find a man who made the vision possible. Satoru Iwata passed away in 2015, and at the time, Nintendo were in the middle of making a new Zelda. Now obviously, this was a monumental loss for the industry, and Breath of the Wild's director said, "There were moments we'd come up with an idea which we'd be excited to talk to Iwata about, but then we remember he was no longer here." So when the game finally released 2 years later, it was only right to include a tribute to Iwata in the form of an NPC. He has the exact same haircut and glasses, with his quest description saying, "This holy creature is a reincarnation of a sage that died on the lands it now protects. It's sometimes known by its other name, Satori." Now if you didn't know, Satori is derived from the name Sataru, easily making this the best Easter egg of 2017. But what about when developers want to pay tribute to their humble beginnings? Well, Uncharted 4 has an extremely hidden item that shocked players. By swinging into this small crevice, you could pick up the Wumpa Fruit from Crash Bandicoot. And yeah, it's even back in its full pixelated glory. But there was an Easter egg in 2015 that nobody discovered until 8 years later. The developers of The Witcher 3 kept claiming nobody had found their last secret. And it wasn't until 2022 when Latalis finally uncovered it. It all revolves around this character, Vivian, a woman who is slowly transforming into a bird due to a curse. Now once you get to the end of her quest line, there is an option to cure her, but unfortunately, there's a problem.
The changes will be irreversible. You'll probably also only have 7 years left to live, at the most.
Little did we know, he was not kidding. If you return to Vivian after 7 real-life years, you could watch as she drops dead on the spot. Huh? Now, the Talos Principle is known for its secrets, but the strangest one is hiding behind this door. At first it says entry denied, and if the stamp looks familiar, that's because it's from the iconic indie game Papers, Please. Most people would just walk away after this, yet if you come back after finding the approved stamp, the door will unlock. This sends you miles underground to a secret theater, and here you'll find the real developers waiting for a movie to start. And yeah, there is a movie. The Fox and Star Wars parodies aside, you could just sit here and watch an actual short film where the main character is revealed to be Serious Sam. Now we're in 2013, and its greatest Easter egg is one of the most iconic in gaming history. I'm of course talking about Battlefield 4's Megalodon. The community spent actual months trying to discover how to activate this, and when they finally learned the secret, we were all blown away.
Oh, there it is! Oh!
Yeah, it still might not be as famous as the year before it, when Minecraft took over the world. Not only was it the game of 2012, it had an Easter egg that's still iconic to this day. All you had to do was simply rename a mob to Dinnerbone. Over in The Witcher 2, fans are still laughing at this guy who faceplanted straight into the floor. This was an obvious jab to Assassin's Creed's Leap of Faith, with the devs clearly roasting the idea, showing exactly what would happen if you tried it. Personally, I love how the devs at Just Cause 2 designed an entire region on the map to be an Easter egg. You can't fly over here and scout the area, because your plane will immediately explode in the air.
Hey, what happened?
Now you're stranded, stuck on this mysterious island and terrified of huge forests. Seems familiar, right? Especially when you find things like this hatch in the ground, or an immortal figure that's followed by smoke. By now, it should be pretty obvious the whole island's a reference to Lost. Arkham Asylum made waves across the world when it came out, and people were already desperate for a sequel. If only they knew what was hiding in the warden's office. If you sprayed explosive gel at this exact spot on the wall, it would reveal a secret room. And inside were plans for a giant prison in North Gotham known as Arkham City. Yeah, the announcement for the next game was hiding in here all along, and there was even concept art. But I have to award the best Easter egg of 2008 to World at War, for one reason. It turned into the most successful tradition in Call of Duty history. And yes, I'm talking about zombies. This entire mode was literally just a post-credits Easter egg, and fans loved it so much it spawned a whole genre. And another secret can be found hiding in Halo 3's title screen. This one took 9 years to discover, because it could only be done on a single day, December 25th. When pressing down both sticks on the controller, text appears saying "Happy Birthday, Lauren." A super sweet message from a developer to his wife. Hitman Blood Money remains one of the best games in the franchise for a reason. The levels are full of secrets, like the Opera Theater's basement. Down here, you can find 3 rats, and anyone who's freaked out by rodents risks blowing their cover just to shoot them. Instead of getting caught though, they were given a key card instead. It allowed them to get into this hidden locked door, getting access to the exclusive Rat Lounge. Here they play poker, eat pizza, drink soda, and even bet on their own fight club. Early in Resident Evil 4's story, you could discover a dog stuck in a bear trap. Saving him is the obvious thing to do, but what players did not expect was the dog to return the favor in a late-game boss fight.
Hey, it's that dog.
But I couldn't make this video without talking about the absolute classic Easter egg in San Andreas. If you grab a jetpack and make your way to the top of the Golden Gate Bridge, all you'll find is a simple message.
LOL!
Oh.
I am back, guys. You can skip story, but I'm not skipping.
We've arrived. This is Viridia.
Oh, the Lightbearers have returned! On behalf of Viridia, thank you for saving our people. And saving me. I was scared half to death. I thought, never mind that. Just thank you so much.
Where are the others? Are they safe?
They're celebrating, of course. It's not every day you're safe from aliens by Lightbearers. Plus, Harrow said that the Hall of Radiance site they brought back should be able to power up the Sentinel's arm again if we need it. Oh, right. That reminds me, Harrow wants to meet you.
Harrow's here? So she finally shows her face. After we've done all the hard work.
It's not like she was hiding, it's just...
She can come up with as many excuses as she wants. But Viridia's troubles can't wait. An absentee leader won't help us against the Cabal. Come on, Wolf. Let's go meet the Union President. Long time no see, President Harrow.
I heard your rescue operation with Saladin was a success.
Where have you been? We have been fighting and bleeding on the front lines, and you have been nowhere to be found. When Viridia came under attack and needed leadership the most, you vanished. You've been intentionally avoiding this place for months. What happened to the Harrow who would always be at the Union? The Harrow who would always listen to her people? Where has she gone?
I apologize for my absence, Fenala. And I don't expect you to understand. When the Cabal invasion started, the first thing they took were the mines. Ever since then, these people have lost their entire livelihoods and their pride. They live in fear and desperation. And I have been powerless to stop it. I am deeply grateful that you and Lord Saladin have been able to provide them some relief. But don't forget, any of the Union's decisions must be jointly agreed upon by its representatives. The previous mining operation was an unauthorized unilateral decision made by Saladin. This sets a dangerous precedent.
Enough! The Cabal are preparing for war. Procedure can wait. As for this Lightbearer's arrival, was this your doing, Fenala?
Yes, my lord. I paid a visit to Haven. Lord Radagast has sent Wolf to...
You? How dare you? That bastard turned his back on the Iron Banner. Now he hides away on his throne in Haven, surviving by any means necessary. I will have nothing to do with him. Viridia doesn't need your lord's kind of help, Lightbearer.
My lord, we need any strength we can find. The mines are...
Silence! This town is under my sole protection. I don't need outside aid, least of all from Radagast. As for you, Fenala, you will not leave the Red Sea Rift again without my permission. Is that understood?
Lord Saladin, I don't approve of this punishment. She did what she did to protect Viridia.
You have no right to interfere in this, Harrow.
Indeed. But as the Union President, I cannot simply watch as the Cabal encroach upon our town. Any help we can find is needed, and I formally accept Wolf's aid.
Damn it! The Cabal are attacking!
The Cabal aren't giving us much room to breathe. Khalid, casualty report.
No major losses. Barrages targeting the south and west of town were mostly intercepted by the Sentinel's arm. However, 2 outposts on the shoal were occupied by Cabal forces. The enemy is concentrating their firepower nearby and may expand their attack at any time. Additionally, we're detecting on Cabal squad has split off from the main force and is moving quickly toward the weathered caves. No clue why, though.
Fenala, take the shoal back before their troops can assemble.
Yes, my lord.
The weathered caves? They must be after something inside. But the Cabal are usually only interested in war machines.
A war machine that could defeat the Cabal? I wish. Still, let me look into it. That way Lord Saladin and Fenala can focus on the defense.
Wolf, what's wrong?
Everything has a cost.
You look unwell, Lightbearer.
I'm all right. Just an empty stomach.
What happened back there?
I don't know. I heard some sort of whisper.
Hearing strange whispers isn't normal, Wolf. Even for a light bearer. If you hear it again, let me know, okay?
Harrow? What are you doing here? You're the Union president. If something were to happen to you...
I don't need your protection. Cabal incoming from 1 o'clock. They will launch 2 attacks. The first is a feint, the second is an elite team. Watch out for their flamethrowers. In mere seconds, 2 drop pods will land at the bottom of the mine, each led by a Centurion. They plan to encircle you.
What? How do you know?
Don't get distracted. Prepare to fight.
Thanks. It's a close one.
I am the Inferno!
Care to explain what happened just now?
I've been dealing with the Cabal long enough. Sometimes I'd rather not know them so well. Wolf, look at this. Those Cabal were drawn here by whatever's behind this door. It must be something powerful if the Cabal are after it.
How do we open it?
Wait. There's more of them nearby. In the southern part of the mine. They've found their next clue.
Harrow always knows where to go next. But how?
I'm doing this quest because I want to do it, but you can skip to the latest quest. Companion.
Light surges within the blade.
Come on, let's paint the town red.
Ja, hier een busje.
Ugh, that cream sucks. Feels greasy and stifling.
So now I can't continue playing the game. I'm sorry, I was. Oh wait, yeah, you're right, but I didn't say that's right there.
Nice to see you again.
You and you. Let's quick equip to the wall. It is already equipped. Okay. Which one? Oh yes, equip. Equip, replay. Okay, let's continue playing the game. Special. Continue the game. let's continue. Where's your good nice suitcase?
A dozen Cabal elites are hiding up ahead, plus 2 more on the cliffs.
You can see them from this far away?
They're guarding something. They're illusions. The real Scion is nearby. Find him and kill him. Found him. The Scion's on that cliff to your right. Break his shield. He's exposed. Now!
Ah, he escaped.
The same old trick. He's hiding on the cliff to the left. Snipe him.
Got him.
Now's our chance. Let's take what they left behind.
Destiny, why she needs to Destiny to me.
This box looks a bit weird.
Don't touch it!
These markings match those on the door we saw earlier. Think this is a key?
Wolf, I know this is going to sound odd, but I need you to let me take it.
You know this is going on the list of things you need to explain eventually, right?
Now's not the time. Wolf, when I was at my wit's end, it was the people of Viridia who took me in, who gave me a home. Mark my words, I will never bring harm to them. But this thing is so powerful. Trust me, and I promise you I will tell you everything I know, in time.
That had better not be an empty promise, President.
How's it going?
Silent Wish. Oh, this is easy. Please don't be.
Good looking group. Let's go make a difference. All right, here goes nothing. I have enough energy.
We are the light.
Seize the moment before it becomes dust.
Stop with this stupid please. I got too much of this. Come on. Go.
Back to business.
I don't like this.
Seize the moment before it becomes dust.
I suffer no evil.
This one's becoming a problem.
Verdict rendered in flame.
Seize the moment before it becomes dust. Are you ready to face the trial?
Hey, upgrade C. No, get computer. Come on. No. Yeah. This is my fault. This is computer fault because. Oh my God. It's all computer fault.
Slade!
The Nine's patience is finite. Are you ready to face the trial?
No! I did it!
Glad someone's watching over me. Thanks. That was a close one.
I'll do it that hand.
The howl is ready.
Are you ready to face the trial?
Ja, dat heeft bij de artefact.
Looks like I owe you one.
Lion's patience is fire.
Be careful and be smart.
Come on, give me better than clean.
Someone take this hostile down. I suffer no evil. Target down. This is something after all. There's the leader. Bring you down.
Nine's patience is finite.
We're in the clear.
Excellent. So, and out of here.
I bet you are ready for some new stuff.
Oh my god. Here's some traffic sciences. Base team level. Huh. Okay. Okay, now, wolf is already done. Let's check another factor. Yeah, can I do it?
The howl is ready.
Wolf, I really need your help. Could you please meet me back in Viridia?
I didn't do math. Yeah, I did check on my artifacts. I don't have more artifacts. Oh, we need to increase it. Power. Okay, I can't change this here.
Sorry, I just wanted to get away from the fire. It brings up unpleasant memories.
ISP-20. I'm soon done with this.
This component can reduce the sound of a sparrow's engine by 30 decibels. 64% nickel, 33% chromium, 2% titanium, and the rest is... how can I help you, Lightbearer?
You might be interested in this one.
Looks like your ghost's finished editing the data. Now upload it into the Conflux.
Thanks. That was a close one.
The encoding of these data nodes is different from the others. Best to analyze and delete them as soon as possible.
Nice to see you again.
Ah, I see. This data is the Conflux's underlying code. Now they've got no choice but to start over from scratch. Ha ha.
My goodness, almost 16. We almost there. almost there, but I'll do one more. Oh, yeah. That's also what you did. And then we got 6-1, eh? Oh, 5-4 we have still. Silent Wish. Okay. And then we got 6. Just... yeah, I know. You want me to go there. I'm here. Stop it. At 129. Oh my goodness, you did it. Come on, don't you make every time.
I bet you are ready for some new stuff.
The howl is ready. Glad someone's watching over me.
Again, I try.
Thanks. Close one.
I was running away. Come on, game.
Looks like I owe you one. Thanks. That was a close one.
Almost 60. I want to be 60 before
Hostile down.
Come on, let's paint the town red.
Let's go back. Yes. Oh, that's need to pay for that. You only play for free. I'm playing this for free. I'm not playing it.
How's it going?
Quest log.
Nice to see you again. Hey, how about we go fishing this weekend?
I hate that pet. No, I don't want Father Phone.
Rise and shine.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
64% nickel, 33% chromium, 2% titanium, and the rest is... Oh! How can I help you, Lightbearer? It's really urgent. A caravan transporting Radiantite was attacked by the Cabal, and now it's strayed from its original route. Those miners need help, and we can't let that Radiantite fall into Cabal hands either. So if you can find the caravan and the missing ore, I'd be beyond grateful. Really.
Leave it to me. Though, my approach is a little rough.
Watch the mining cart. If the Cabal steal the Radiant site, it's over.
Looks like that's our caravan. Nice to see you again.
Left is 66. A lot? You need to do 71. Okay, no, that's fine. Next. Fine. Oh my god, I wish I did this before. I couldn't yet. No. You. Yes. Side soon.
I have enough energy.
I can upgrade some more. My goodness. Much better. Can I see better another time? I can't remember fight this. This gear level. Auto X. Infuse. Oh my god. Yeah. So much better. Restart here. I need to modify you because I need to take with it. Okay, just how I was too weak here. Now my weapon power is good. Artifacts. Can I upgrade artifacts? Yeah, I can. After X. You. What the fuck? After X. Okay. This is early. Okay, let me check I'm still busy with the journey. Stop. I don't want to see the journey. It takes a long time to complete the content. No. LCU is job. nothing else helped me because of this. Look how many power I have released. I just architect is no one. That's the reason that this is not. I made it hard to let me test it. Look how strong. My selector is strong enough. This is what the top. Let's see how good I got better here now. Oh, I did not better now. That's
Cabal really are coming in droves over this Radiant site.
Yeah, they're willing to die for it.
Much better now. I know, I need to do much more. What? That's all.
Where on earth did I put that all-terrain engineering? Don't worry, Ahmed's already inspected these things. He said, well, they should be. Wolf, I really appreciate you taking care of the Radiant site issue, but I have something to tell you. It's Harrow. She's gone.
This time, it's different, isn't it?
Yes, it's serious. Ever since she returned from the Weathered Caves, she's locked herself in her house. She won't see anybody. She's done this before. Once, she disappeared for several months. The thing is, she didn't go anywhere. She just hid at home. And I can completely understand wanting some alone time. Why, with that, I could finally fix the power fluctuations coming from the methane turbine's rotor assembly. Oh, just imagine if I could stabilize that output.
Her situation sounds a bit different from yours, Shira.
Yeah. You know, there's something different about Harrow. Something that sets her apart from us. Apart from even Lord Saladin. She always knows what people want, what they need. Almost like she's listening in on everyone. The townspeople follow her not because she can protect them or strike fear into the hearts of their enemies like Saladin, but because they feel she respects their pursuits, no matter what they are. You can understand, can't you?
Shira, what's going on with Harrow?
She's completely vanished from her usual place outside of town.
Okay. Wait, she doesn't live in Viridia? Where was she holed up?
A few months ago, she moved into a tunnel deep in Prism Lake. Probably trying to avoid everyone. I'm probably the only one who knows where she lives, so... Please, Wolf, look into this. I think she really might need help.
I'll go see what I can do.
And he got like a lap again. And that's why I'm doing this, because this is a main quest. I don't know why I'm still on story, right? It says skip. I don't want to skip story. I just want to play to it. I'm almost out of this DLC, you know. I called the fall because it is anything to do with the fall, because I know we are doing Cabal.
These are the coordinates Shira gave us. I wonder why Harrow was staying all the way out here.
I'm getting the feeling we're about to find out.
Yeah. Thanks, game.
Burn away the dark!
Yeah, what's that sound?
A noise generator producing a static sound pressure field at a fixed pulse frequency. We're lucky the volume isn't set to max.
Why on earth would she be listening to that? This looks like Harrow's journal.
Judging from the shaky handwriting, she must have been in a lot of pain while writing these.
Find a way to block them out. Is that about the noise machines?
That would explain them. Look here, Wolf. It's that box we found in the weathered caves. It's been opened. It's empty?
Or someone took whatever was inside.
Look here. Some scattered notes. The handwriting is the same as the journals. Wolf's wish. A war machine to defeat the Cabal. Box is wish's result? Cost? Question mark? Goal. Cost bearer is not Wolf, but me. Plan. Act alone.
I don't understand any of this. I don't remember making a wish.
Wish. Deal with the Cabal. Don't you remember? You said something along the lines of a war machine to defeat the Cabal? I wish.
I just remember that weird whisper making me all dizzy.
Right. Harrow's notes seem to indicate your wish resulted in that strange metal box. What does it mean about Costbearer, though? There's just a bunch of scratch marks.
You don't really think whatever was in that box could take out the Cabal, do you?
Well, Harrow seems to believe it. No wonder she was so insistent that she take the box. Do you remember what she said about that doorway?
That it's something the Cabal are afraid of. We need to find Harrow. Whatever's behind that door, we can't ignore it.
And yes, after you finish this, you will level up. Really quick to say. From now on, the further it's only doing the campaign chapter. But I'm at chapter 5-4 and I'm enjoying it. I don't care how many chapters you got. I don't care if the campaign keeps going.
Wolf, the door. It's open.
Harrow has to be inside. Let's go.
It is complete campaign mission labyrinth. Oh my god, the campaign mission again. Look, labyrinth. Hudson takes object and select an anticipated Wolf case. Wolf must find a way to bring her back. Thank goodness. No power level goods? Yeah. Labyrinth is next companion. I will do that later because I want to check something else. But you guys enjoyed that game. If you want me to continue, I will continue playing this game. Don't worry. But I need to check my Discord. My friends. To say something, but... Oh, okay, guys, our end the stream for today. Tomorrow we will continue with another game. I will try to continue with the